And right now, voters are digesting what they just heard from both candidates. Vice President Harris shook hands with former President Trump, and then the gloves came off.
Sure did. The candidates made some big claims about our country and each other. Senior political reporter Jason Whiteley is live in our studio to break down what happened. It was memorable, Jason.
It was memorable indeed. A huge political night, historic in a lot of senses. Tonight, we saw an animated and angry Donald Trump. Before you tweet me or email me, that's not unusual. You know that. That's his political brand that he's been so successful with. Kamala Harris's campaign had hoped to define herself again tonight after the DNC in Chicago. The question many are asking right now is whether she did that over the last hour and 45 minutes.
So let's now welcome the candidates to the stage.
The first moment was one of the most interesting. Harris walking to Trump, introducing herself and shaking hands with him.
Kamala Harris.
Within minutes, though, when discussing the economy, the attacks began.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan.
You're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
On the topic of abortion, Trump bragged about overturning Roe versus Wade.
I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
Want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot?
Trump kept pivoting to the border and familiar talking points.
And all over the world, crime is down. All over the world except here. Crime here is up and through the roof.
I think this is so rich, coming from someone who has been prosecuted for national security crimes, economic crimes, election interference, has been found liable for sexual assault, and his next big court appearance is in November at his own criminal sentencing.
The body language during this debate, though, was just as remarkable as what was being said. Harris looked at Trump often. He did not look at her. Harris was asked if she bears any responsibility for the deadly withdrawal from Afghanistan. No direct answer from her. Moderators asked Trump twice if he regrets anything about January 6th. Again, no direct answer. This was the first and perhaps last time that voters will see Harris and Trump side by side, with less than 60 days before the election.
So, Jason, you said this is the last time we may see the candidates debate. Why is that?
Yeah, potentially so. Fox and NBC have talked about hosting national debates as well. Neither campaign has agreed to that. There's 56 days until the election. Not a lot of time, so I wouldn't count on that happening. And neither campaign has made any suggestion that that's going to actually happen between now and the election.